about the
Open Your Eyes is brought to you
And we are.
What's up, guys? We come to you live every morning here at the Old Belize exhibit, but we never actually show you what's behind the scenes other than at the Old Belize City. Right, April?
Right. Have you ever gone on the train?
No, this is my first time.
Okay,
I'm
first
so
of all, I
excited.
haven't been on this train since I was 9, so I don't know if it's changed or not, and so I'm gonna be like, ooh,
We're so excited to be rolling in this morning tour. We're going to be giving you just a little bit of sights and sounds of the things that you can see here at the exhibit.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Rock and roll!
Rolling.
It's so fast.
Rolling down the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the river.
Oh,
so it's a
this is literally like the rainforest.
It's the jungle pavilion.
This is the rainforest. So you hear the rain.
I would have wanted real rain.
I know, we
Right
do.
now.
We all want the real rain.
Ooh.
But it's so beautiful too.
I love it. It's definitely giving you tropical Belize. The plants are real, 100% real. Wow. And of course, this is supposed to be modeling our cave here in Belize. Belize has the largest karst system in Mesoamerica. So of course, we have to highlight our caves and
Absolutely.
ATMs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so now we're going. I don't know if you recognize the shape, Sabrina.
It resembles to me like a ruin.
So it's the temple in Cajalpech.
Look at this, guys.
So now
this
we're
is
going
stunning.
through the Maya civilization. So it's
Literally
almost
a
like
night under the stars.
timeline with old and new. So of course the detached homes and the the friezes that resemble the Lamanai frieze, and of course the Maya civilization and the Maya temples and so that we have in Belize. So it's definitely taking you back way back 2,000 years ago. Ooh, is that a real con? And now so we're going into more of the post-colonial part. If you know, the Indian Church Sugar Mill is in Lamanai. So we're looking now at when the Spanish and the British started to settle into Belize.
And over here gives you a great idea of what the chicle farmers would have had to experience. The chicleros, as they were called.
Yes.
Literally, I always wondered what that process was like, but you have an idea just there with a mannequin.
It's a very
of sorts,
tedious process, and it's very dangerous also. Of course, you have the logwood cutters, the logging industry, the lumber tractor here. It's just a beautiful historical exhibit of old Belize.
Yes, yes.
And now we're going into more of like the southern parts, the Garinago culture here.
Ooh. Yes, so as you were saying, this would depict more of what the southern parts of the country would look like.
Yes.
The homes that would have looked like this back in that day. And over this side, of course, there's a little bit of a boat.
There's a
scene
sailing.
taking place.
Fishermen, a lot of the older cultures relied heavily on logging and fishing, Sabrina. So of course it's just wonderful to have all of these different highlights of Belizean history and the things that have made Belize since 2,000 years ago to about the early 1900s, 1800s.
And now we're coming into Old Belize City.
So this is going to be what? Early 1900s, mid 1900s. So these houses and so forth are when our grandparents and even our parents were experiencing this particular time here in Belize.
And April, I have to say that I really appreciate this aspect of what the Old Belize provides. A lot of us would call it a museum, but they're saying it's more of an exhibit of what it was back in that time.
Yes. So, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because normally museums and so forth, they have these real life implements and artifacts and so forth. And here at Old Belize, it provides more of an exhibition, a showcasing of what these things would have looked like.
But so that does it for the end of the tour.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jones. It was great.
And we do got a show to start. So we want to say good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes. Start your morning, right?
Of course, I am April Martinez.
And I am Sabrina Daly.
And good morning, Belize. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful, fun Friday. We just had some fun.
We had so much fun already. I absolutely enjoyed that. I'm really grateful that they allowed us to take a little bit of that tour. As we mentioned, this is just one of the amenities that is offered here at the Old Belize. They have so many other things that you can take advantage of. We showcased some of the food court, the food court area. They even have a beach, the Kokomba Beach.
So it's just a one-stop shop for almost anything that you would like to do. If you are, cruising into Belize City, you'd like to take a little break, you could stop right here at Old Belize to catch some history, to get some beach, to get some food. Yes. It's all great right here at the Old Belize.
Absolutely. Well, we do have a show to take on, and as always, we normally jump into some topics that are buzzing online. Perhaps we can begin with a little bit of local news, and that is some interesting news about our athletes.
Oh, yes.
We do have an athlete that is set to take part in the Olympics in Paris soon.
Yes. So we do want to say a congratulations to our fellow Belizean. I'm trying to get up his name.
I believe he is a track athlete.
He is a track athlete, Sabrina, and his name, he is coming from the Belize Olympic Association. They have posted that Sean Gill has been selected to represent Belize at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. And of course, he is probably the only Belizean that we have sent for this year's Special Olympics. So we want to say congratulations to Sean.
I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, this isn't his first time representing Belize at the Olympics.
It is not his first time.
So we want to say again, a huge congratulations to him. We are supporting him all the way to Paris, France, and we hope that he does well. Of course, whatever the outcome is, he still has the love and the support from us here in Belize.
Of course. So we say congratulations to him. And it's been a week of athletics. We've been talking about our athletes. We've been talking about the different sports that our Belizeans have been so talented in, and we just want to say congratulations to all of them this week. Sean, I believe that the Olympics will be more at the end of this summer, I believe. But we'll have more on that later on whenever we get that news.
All right. And this is also local as well. We just recently announced what the theme for this year's September celebration will be. Of course, we are celebrating 43 years, and there was a competition. I think this is something that happens every year, correct?
It is happening every year, and so we've been accumulating themes. I believe
this year was the most.
This year was the most. So this year, according to Minister of Education Francis Fonseca, that they had about 617 applications, if I am not mistaken. And of course, now the team is A Nation Proud and Free, Belize at 43. And I believe that the winner of that is Mr. Watson, and he is a musician as well. He is from San Pedro in Corozal, so not San Pedro town, but San Pedro village in Corozal. What do you think about the theme?
I like the theme. I think, though, that it's very similar to ones that we've heard before. Belize at 43. I imagine it was there was some effort in trying to rhyme the 43 with the free.
As that colleague of mine said, it rhymes.
It rhymes.
But, you know, there have been quite a stir of some of the comments when it comes to the theme. We're trying to figure out how themes are actually selected. And last year, I believe there was a combination of two winners, and they kind of joined those teams together. This year, one person won. And I think, I can't imagine having to go through over 600
that's a lot.
applications and trying to select the best one for this year. But nonetheless, this is the theme for this year. And I'm trying to think, how are different organizations, different events going to make their events surround this particular
and incorporate
theme?
it.
How are you going to incorporate it in?
I think of instances like the carnival, where we also try to embody patriotism in our celebration as well, which is also interesting that we're talking about that, because it was announced that we're going back to, I believe we're going to a new route, which includes, I believe it's the stretch on by the BTL Park leading up to the Marion Jones Sporting Complex. So that's news. That's new news, and there's been quite a mixed in reviews on that. Some are saying that they actually prefer that location because it promises to be more safer to the public, and of course children that also take part in the carnival. But I say all of that to say I'm also interested in seeing how this theme will be incorporated into other aspects of the September celebration.
Our viewers, you need to tell us what you think of the theme. A lot of people say it's more like a statement. It's more gearing towards something that sounded like Belize at 33, you know. So all of these different comments are happening. Some people really love the theme. Some people are saying, yes, it's a statement, but what better statement that to talk about the freedom that we have here in Belize. That is something that we always discuss here on Open Your Eyes as well. So tell us what you think about our September celebrations theme. Let us know in the comments. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it. And this one is still in tune with what's taking place in Belize, but it's a little bit more international. I'm not sure if you ever saw that 90s sitcom Boy Meets World.
Grew up on Disney, of course.
And there's been so many spin-offs of the show. There's been Boy Meets World in, I'd say, more the later 2000s, and then Girl Meets World. Now, for the folks that would have known the 90s version of the show, there was a well-known cast member, Trina McGee. She would have, I believe she played a part as one of the teenagers that would have been in a relationship with one of the other main cast members. But she is a well-known figure on the show, and she recently announced that she got pregnant at the age of 54, I believe. 54 years old, and she actually has 3 kids earlier in her youth. Now, what makes this story Belizean, you might ask?
Well,
she came to Belize on a trip,
and she got some traditional remedies. And
she visited a bush doctor.
Yeah, and of course, we have that video of her experience ready and up for you right now, and we'll talk about it after this.
And now to news about one of the stars from the 90s sitcom Boy Meets World, Trina McGee, revealing she is pregnant with her 4th child, and as she put it, at the tender age of 54. Janae Norman is back with the details on that. Janae, she's really excited about this.
She really is. I heard someone giggle, but yes, she said at the tender age of 54. It was back in 1993 that Boy Meets World debuted. And Whit, I'm sure you remember, a couple years ago, the Weekend GMA team, we got to talk with the cast of Boy Meets World. We all loved that show. It was in 1997 until 2000 that Trina McGee played Angela, a high school, then college student who was dating Corey Matthews' friend. And so she says that she was in her 20s when she was cast. She was going home to 3 kids at the time. Now, all these years later, she is adding one more.
When this boy meets world.
She's known for playing Angela Moore in the popular 90s series Boy Meets World.
What is going on? I don't know, but I like it.
This morning, Trina McGee is announcing she's pregnant at age 54.
I can't wait. Are you kidding? I have all this wisdom now and I know things.
McGee sharing on Instagram, at the tender age of 54, I have found myself pregnant. Please bless us with your prayers for a safe delivery. Now pregnant with her 4th child, the first from her marriage with Marcelo Thedford, the two began trying to conceive a year ago, with McGee saying she got pregnant naturally using natural remedies.
We decided to go to Belize. I went to the bush doctor and they gave me an elixir. This is mostly made of wild yam extract and a couple of other things, but that's the main ingredients that was able to give me progesterone, balance my levels of hormones. And that did the trick. I mean, that just got me pregnant.
And while McGee says the elixir worked for her, doctors suggest it's important to follow the science.
If you were to look at someone in their 30s, there's going to be a 20% chance of getting pregnant with a cycle. And that's going to decrease to 5% at the age of 40 and 1% at the age of 45. So you can see at the age of 54, the likelihood of becoming pregnant naturally is quite uncommon. But we do not have a lot of data that shows that natural remedies are going to increase your chances of becoming pregnant after the age of 45 and even to the 50th decade.
And as for the new baby, will it be a boy or girl meets world?
I don't want to know. I like to keep things as natural as they would be if we didn't have all the technology.
So she's even posted a picture with her little bump on Instagram, but she's really excited. And it's so cool that at 54, she was able to get pregnant. She was trying to, so congratulations to her and her husband.
This is a special moment for the family,
I want
too.
to hear more about your special moment in Belize.
Yes, well, we were just talking. Like,
Yeah.
I went on a trip to Belize and actually tasted some of these elixirs.
You also
yes.
said termites.
Well, I did eat termites in the rainforest. Yes.
Man, you're
when
game for
in
anything.
Belize. and look at me, I'm feeling great.
Look at him now.
All right, that's a different take on Belize and
I
what
was
we
just
have
going to
to
say that.
offer.
That's what you don't normally hear that when you think of talking to persons visiting Belize about what their experience is like.
What I will say is that she looks fantastic
She
for
does.
54. I hope to look like that when I'm her age, but I can't, confirm or deny what has happened to her and her experiences. Actually, a lot of people do come to Belize and seek this kind of special treatment, special remedies. We've had persons go to different healers in the south for different things that they believe that the average medical Western doctor can't fix. And they've come out talking about their experiences in a positive way. She wanted to experience this new chapter in her life, pregnant at 54. She's happy with it. This is what she wanted. This is what she got coming here. Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's a great opportunity to big up our herbalists. And that's just it really, because as the story mentioned, when we think of having these conversations with what herbs can do for the body versus what science would say, it would oftentimes clash or conflict with each other, because she is at the age of 54 where her chances are significantly smaller when it comes to conceiving a child. And then, of course, the conversation about the risks involved is another one to discuss as well. But just as you mentioned, I think what we all want to say is congratulations to her. And we just might need to add herbalists on our brochures to visit Belize.
Of course. But Sabrina, moving on, it is a fun Friday. I would like to bring you some motivation with our eye-opener. Take it from dailyam.com, and it goes like this. We experience life fully when we are willing to trust and fall, and in doing so, we may just find that we have the wings to fly. As we create the life of our dreams, we often reach a crossroads where the choices involve the risk of facing the unknown versus the safety and comfort of all that we have come to trust. We may feel like a tightrope walker, carefully teetering along the narrow paths to our goals, sometimes feeling that we are doing so without a net. Knowing we have some backup may help us work up the courage to take those first steps until we are secure in knowing that we have the skills to work without one. When we live our lives from a place of balance and trust in the universe, though we may not see our source of support, we can know that it is there. We attract support into our lives when we are willing to make those first tentative steps, trusting that the universe will provide exactly what we need. In that process, we can decide that whatever comes from our actions is only for our highest and best growth. It may come in the form of a soft landing and an unexpected rescue, or an eye-opening experience gleaned only from the process of falling. So rather than allowing our lives to be dictated by fear of the unknown or trying to avoid falling, we can appreciate that sometimes we experience life fully when we are willing to trust and fall. And in doing so, we may just find that we have the wings to fly. When we believe that there is a reason for everything, we are acting with the safety net of the universe, and we know we will make the best of whatever comes our way.
Lovely eye-opener.
I love it too.
I'm hoping that our viewers are able to use this eye-opener to guide them through the day or through the weekend until we meet you again on Monday.
Honestly, I need to trust the universe.
Yes.
When things are going in a certain direction that I feel I can't trust myself or my gut, I always say, okay, it's in the universe's hands. Whatever happens, let the chips fall where they may. And you know, it sometimes works out for the best.
Well, let's see if the weather is going to be working out for us in our favor this weekend. And of course, we get that update from the folks at the National Meteorological Service.
Good morning, Belize. Moist and unstable conditions will prevail. The 24-hour forecast: skies will be sunny with a few cloudy spells today and cloudy at times tonight. A few showers and thunderstorms will affect mainly the northern coast this morning, with activity decreasing by mid-morning. Elsewhere, showers or thunderstorms will be isolated today. Then a few showers or thunderstorms will affect the country, but more so along the coast tonight. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 99 inland and 84 up in the hills. A heat alert is likely to go into effect this afternoon. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 82 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 74 inland and 68 up in the hills. The winds will be light and variable, becoming east-northeast later today, and the sea conditions will be slight. A high tide will occur this morning at 9:51, a low tide this evening at 5:33, another high tide tonight at 11:46, and another low tide early tomorrow morning at 4:21. The sun rose this morning at 5:17 and will set this evening at 6:26. The moon will rise this morning at 6:07 and will set tonight at 7:56. In the sargassum forecast, there's a high chance that more sargassum mats will drift ashore during the coming days. In the fire risk forecast for today, the risk for forests or bushfires will remain high. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night: skies will be cloudy at times with only isolated showers or thunderstorms on Saturday. Then a few showers and thunderstorms will affect most areas Saturday night. For more details on our forecast, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. In the tropical weather outlook for the North Atlantic, the Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours. With that, we're in this morning's forecast from the Belize National Met Service.
Wow, so still a heat alert. I'm trying to figure out when this drought is going to end, but it seems that there is no there's no light just yet
Yeah.
under the smoke, but we'll be keeping you guys updated.
Yeah, and what I will say, certain parts of the country has been getting sun
Touch of
showers,
rain, yeah.
but it's still not where we want it to be, where it completely removes all the forest fires that we are reporting on to this day still. We just reported on forest fires in other parts of the country last night in the newscast. So we are hoping for rain to engulf the entire country, and of course we can go back to cooler days.
It's
as
just
well.
one of those alarming things, and I know we do have to talk about the show, but it is alarming to see that it's been, what, about 3 months now of this drought that we're experiencing, and I'm just looking out for the rain. And just like how we were preparing for this heat, we have to prepare for that rain, because I feel like when it comes, it's gonna come in full force.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But we do got a show lineup to share with our viewers, April, and we have 3 great conversations to look forward to this morning on Fun Friday.
Yes, of course, we begin our first conversation. You play rugby?
I do not. I can't believe you would even ask me that.
You know, you surprise me sometimes.
That's true.
So I do have to ask these questions. But of course, it is all about the rugby competition, and we have the folks in to talk to us about that.
And if you know what we bring on Fun Fridays, we also bring Small Business Fridays. So this morning, we'll also be talking to a small business owner.
And wrapping things up with sports again.
Again.
It is the Belize City Defenders versus the San Pedro Tiger Sharks, and we'll have the defenders come in to talk to us about the upcoming game. It is the playoffs.
Yes.
It is.
Exciting.
So we can see who gets to win this season of basketball. We don't watch game, you could tell, true?
We're excited still.
But before we get into all of that and more, we're going to take our first break. We'll be back with rugby. Don't go away.
This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan.
My name is Waluko Mejia. I'm the General Manager at Copal Tree Lodge here in Toledo, Belize. The Belize Bank service we appreciate most is the Belize Bank ATM and the use of its debit card. It makes it very accessible for our employees here at Copal Tree Lodge. Essentially, they could access the ATM on their way home after work, and also that the local stores accept the use of a debit card.
In the last 2 decades, Central TV and Internet, through our brand NextGen, has become the leading broadband and entertainment provider across Belize. We're here to build confidence, and our footprint speaks volumes. From urban hubs to remote corners, we've got you covered. We are not just for big corporations, we're for everyone. NextGen serves the needs of large enterprises and everyday consumers alike. Our backbone? Superior service, lightning-fast internet, cable, and our user-friendly TV streaming services. With our extended customer support hours, we ensure that your needs are taken care of, because your convenience matters. As the most reliable customer service provider in the country, our team is ready to help you at the speed of now. For larger companies that depend on rock-solid service, we've got tailored corporate solutions to keep your business running smoothly. We offer the highest residential internet speeds at a blazing 300 megabytes per second, the fastest in Belize. Our Wi-Fi mesh system ensures that your internet connection reaches every corner of your home or office space. As a NextGen Bundle customer, you can enjoy the ultimate home entertainment experience. With unlimited streaming through apps like HBO Max and NextGen TV paired with your high-speed internet plan. Connecting Belize from city to coast, your connection, your choice. Join the NextGen revolution today.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
And welcome back. It is all about Belize celebrating rugby in our first conversation. And we have the folks to tell us all about it. Joining us live in studio, we have Kevin Mencias, who is part of the Orange Walk Lions secretary and a team player. Good morning. And we have Levi Baldwin, who is the president of the Rugby Federation of Belize. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen, and thanks so much for stopping by this morning.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
So we've been kind of talking a little bit about rugby and where we see it and where we don't see it here in Belize, and it's primarily more of an old world sport, if I could say so.
Yep.
Right? It's coming in from England and Australia and that part of the world. So let's talk about reviving rugby in Belize. What does that mean for us? Let's start with you, Levi.
Absolutely. So rugby has actually been in Belize since about 2014, so we're about a decade in already. What's great about it this time is now we're completely localized, so we have a new management team inside. Everything's Belizean from the ground up, and like I said, it's kind of started from the old world, but if you look at the world view of rugby right now, it's actually a sport that's up on the rise, especially in the fields for women and youth. It's an up-and-coming sport, growing with world-class level with Olympic committees and the Rugby 7s and International 15s. So especially in our region of the Caribbean, it's quite big.
I'm sure, though, that there are some viewers tuning in and saying, what is rugby?
Yeah.
We don't see that sport being played often here in Belize.
Absolutely.
Describe what the sport entails to play rugby.
Yes, it's a sport for everybody. So any size, any shape, anything, doesn't matter. That's what's great. It's very inclusive. It's a high contact, high active sport. So everybody sees rugby kind of like American football, but with a little bit of a difference. So there's going to be some contact, but there's a lot of strategy behind it as well.
It looks very dangerous, and I
That's
say
the contact
it
part.
because of the contact part.
Absolutely.
Right? So you're talking about these different strategies. If you could tell us a little bit about these strategies, maybe to see the differences between American football and rugby.
For sure. The biggest thing, the difference between American football and rugby is with American football, you have all this protective gear with helmets, shoulder pads, and leg pads. Rugby, the only protection you have is a gum guard and your brain. Yep, that's it. But what we do with the rugby is a little bit different. We emphasize safety a lot. So there's a lot of laws that we have that encourage players to play in a safe mindset. So there's no off-hitting, there's no getting vexed and just doing some silliness. No, we have very, very specific laws and a lot of training into our safety and how to do things correctly.
Now, Kevin, Kevin, you're a player. Talk to us about what made you decide to try rugby for the first time and how long it's been?
Well, all I could say is that I love full contact sporting events. Wasn't particularly good with basketball, kind of average in football. Volleyball is fun, but again, I love full contact. So when one of the previous players, he was scouting me out, he actually told me, you would be great for rugby. And I said, I kept throwing it off for about a year, and then he actually got one. And I tried out my first game. It was against Belize City Vikings. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, that was a great experience. Didn't know how physically taxing it would be because in Belize we play a game of 7, so each team has a 7-man team. It's about 15 minutes, give or more or less. Yeah, so each half is it's consisting of 2 halves. So 2 halves is 14 minutes each and a minute rest. So you can imagine with sudden sprints when you have the ball, sudden stops, full-on contact, that you're actually feeling that physical toll on your body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's see, there goes the part where it sounds dangerous again, but I get it. The entire strategy of the game is reliant on your brain power more so than the actual combat. So what is my goal when it comes to rugby? What am I trying to do?
Okay, so basically you're trying to aim for that try. The try is pretty much what we would consider as the goal, or if for people who are American football fans, the touchdown. So you got to make sure your both hands and your body is on contact with the try line. So it's basically behind the 2 poles.
Okay.
Yeah, and right there you see is a convergence. So right after the try, you make a convergence, and that actually helps out in a very tight situation game. So. Also, a key physical factor is speed. In rugby, it's all about speed. So
I can see that because you could easily be crushed.
Yeah, so like Levi said too, it's all shapes, bodies, and size. Yeah, so, but even the biggest guy, they're fast.
Yeah. So
Really
I saw this guy just like toss the ball,
Yeah, you can
and then
kick
like slide onto a particular. What is that?
That's a try line. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called a try, yes.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, so let's get to the kicking part because I'm new to this one here. Oh, you can kick the ball as well as just toss it with your hands?
Yes, like everybody's familiar with football where everything's played. You can't touch the ball with your hand, but with rugby you could kick the ball, you could pick up the ball and run with it the same way. So, but we more encourage the hands on the ball. But yes, you can move the ball forward by kicking as well.
Yes. Okay. And this seems to be a situation that takes place very, very quickly because there's a lot of persons on the field.
Yeah.
How big generally is the team that would be on the field when they're playing against each other?
Like Kevin was saying, our version we play here in Belize is 7. So it's 7 aside.
That looks much more.
That was 15.
That's what I was like. That's not 7.
I believe that's actually the a clip from the 5th World Cup.
Okay.
The Rugby World Cup. So yeah, it is a big thing outside of Belize.
So rugby does have a World Cup.
Yeah, it does, and in some areas like if you're UK based, there's an event called the Six Nations, and as I said, the Six Nations consists of 6 different countries. So you have England, we have Wales, Ireland, France, I believe Italy as well. One other Scotland, and it's a big thing back there, and it's
so
very
what
exciting.
is Belize trying to achieve when it comes to rugby?
That's a wonderful question. So we can't anticipate being on the world-class level as of yet because everybody has to start from the grassroots foundation, right? So our objective specifically for this year is youth development and getting more people involved on the club level. So we have different clubs around. Shout out to my Cayo Bayman guys. We have Orange Rock Lions, we have the Belize City Vikings, and the Stan Creek Panthers based out of Hopkins. We do, this year is mostly focused on the under-19s. So summer programs, if you're under 19, you want to get involved, by all means do it. And it's not just the boys, it's also the girls. We have a women's program coming up this year because women's rugby is actually more intense and more entertainment value than watching the guys out there because those girls, they get fierce.
I saw like a commercial of a women's rugby team and Miley Gale have her whole eye bust and she's still the run with the ball, and I was just impressed and scared at the same time.
Yeah,
it gets like that.
It gets
It
intense.
gets intense.
So Levi, you're the president of the RFU Belize. Talk to us about when you started playing rugby here in Belize. What was the atmosphere like from persons who was introduced to the sport for the first time?
Sure. Yeah, so I originally started playing, I was first introduced like about in 2014, 2015 through my business with the food truck. They asked us to cater for rugby. So that I went out there, I saw the sport, I immediately fell in love with it. I jumped off the truck, hit the field, and just started playing ever since. And when we first started, it was very kind of schoolyard rugby, just get your team together, jump on the field, and go. And the beginning, it was, I would say, a lot more dangerous because we didn't know what we were doing. We were just jumping, grabbing the ball, running through, tackling however we wanted. Through the years, especially since the past 4 years, we've really emphasized proper training, proper technique, getting certified with places like World Rugby, Rugby Americas North, getting coaches and first aid training and referee training to come down internationally and teach us the proper techniques and the proper laws.
Wow. Do you know if rugby is a sport that is played throughout the Caribbean as well?
Absolutely
it
is.
Definitely is.
Jamaica has a really good rugby team. Barbados, Curacao, Trinidad, Tobago, and Cayman Islands, Bermuda, they all have top level tiers. And you saw with the big teams, they play more 15s. We really hope to reach that level. That's going to be like a big term goal. But we definitely have competition throughout the North America and Caribbean areas.
Are there any sort of, I don't think the word is campaigns, but that's what I can think of right now, when it comes to educating the younger generations that are coming up? We see our kids going into like U18, U17 football and basketball. Is there something that you want to do like that for rugby?
Absolutely. Yep. This summer is our big development summer, so we would be doing youth camps. We're having one held with the National Sports Council in Belmopan, July 22nd to the 26th. We also do in each different district, either Orange Walk, Belize City, Cayo, or Hopkins, localized clubs. You could reach out to them on Facebook, and we have things called family fun days for kids that should come out and try it. Yeah. Tomorrow we actually have a smaller version called beach rugby, which is 5-a-side. So there's a little bit less laws. There's a much more introductory level where you could just come out, try the sport. You don't have to have so much knowledge with all the different laws. You could just jump in and start playing.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like for us to go back to a clip of the actual sport being played, because I need you to convince me, Levi, that I won't get too badly hurt, because these guys are sliding on the grass. Yep. They're being thrown down. How do you ensure that the strategy involved from both sides, your actual team and the opposing team, is safe? How do you fall or get tackled safely?
Very good question. So we have laws right here, example. So anything above the chest up is instant red card. That's taken off the field. Anything below the knees is unsafe. So you're looking at between the navel and the hips area, that is the safest spot to tackle, right? So when you have, and of course, if you don't want to get tackled, pass the ball. You can only get tackled if you have the ball in your position.
They're trying to get the ball away from you.
Exactly. So if you're a person that doesn't want to get into contact, just simply pass it to your teammates, and then they can't legally tackle you.
Okay, see, no, Sab, I agree with you, right? Because now I'm looking at this perfect tackle chart here, and in the middle of a game, I'm not thinking about this. Right? Yeah. I'm not,
this is what happens.
Something that you should
We have Kevin here, and I'm approaching Kevin with the ball, and I'm like, okay, midsection.
Right, but you have to think about it. You can't just say, well, Kevin has the ball, I need to get the ball from Kevin, tackle. You have to think about
wow, look at that there. They're like all...
Okay, so that pretty much falls under your drills and your practices. So when and the training itself. So when you're with one of the clubs or the unions, you're going to actually be practicing the drills, the safety drills, and it becomes reflex after that. Yes. So from there you don't really think.
I also feel like maybe it's just a lot of adrenaline, so you don't even feel it until after.
Yeah, that is very true. A lot of times you don't even realize you're injured until after the match is over, and you realize, oh, I have a little boo-boo here, I got a little scratch here, and
little boo-boo.
Yeah, that's happened enough times already.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know. Took out my gum guard. Oh, there's a bit of blood. So wash it off, put it back in the field.
But one thing that really helps to keep the law and order is our officials in rugby are highly, highly respected. Unlike other sports where everybody rails up at the referee, oh, you can't make this happen. No. In rugby, if the referee says something, everybody has to listen, and if you don't, you're not on the field anymore. You cannot play the game. So
Yeah.
if the referee sees any kind of thing that's unsafe at all, stop the play, either instruct the player or remove the player if they don't want to listen.
So you see, this is where I appreciate this kind of explanation, because we see a lot of the politics in football and basketball when it comes to referees not calling it or calling wrong plays. Is that something in rugby? Do we see these types of politics happening when it comes to favors for countries and so forth?
Not so much. We are a very tight unit. So one thing that I love about rugby is, unlike any other sport I've played, and I've played, wrestling, American football, track and field, basketball, all of them. With rugby, you have a high respect for your opponent. So even though you might be having a massive rivalry on the field and you want to basically, tear each other's heads off, as soon as that game is over, you're best of friends. Like you go out afterwards, you have
just get
great
it all
relationships.
out
That's your experience, Kevin?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
we're actually rivals, but
yeah, we're rivals.
We're still best friends.
Yeah, so
works out
last
really
year it was really tight. Baymen and Orange Walk Lions, we were actually going at it. Both of us wanted it. But shout out to the Orange Walk Lions, we're the champs still.
Just subtle bragging there.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
So when are you going to be taking away the championship from them?
We were hoping to have that this year.
Okay.
That was the main objective in this goal, is to train, and get in there and boost up that rivalry.
So let's remind our viewers of some of those summer camps or clubs that these kids can take part in to be introduced to rugby and see if it's a sport for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Biggest way you're going to find out is our flyers is social media, of course. We're on Facebook, Belize Rugby. We're on Instagram, RFU Belize. And by all means, you can reach out to us at belizeRugby@gmail.com.
Yes. All right. Guys, but let's talk about how you're getting the rest of Belize involved to come and watch this sport. I've never seen a rugby match here in Belize.
Yeah, so again, it comes down to like our digital marketing. Like, we're trying to promote it through digital means. We're currently working, like Levi said, we're trying to get the youths involved, word of mouth, get promotions, it helps out. I myself do like a little bit of outside, offline promoting, like scouting some kids, see if they're interested in the sport, they have talent, natural talent for it. I'll talk to them, give them the contacts to the coach so that the parents could actually reach out and talk to the coach. If they're interested, they can come out to our practice and watch how we practice and play rugby. Invite them to the events. Yeah, I welcome it. It's definitely something. If I had children, I'd fully support them getting into it.
Yeah, and how would you know if your kid might just have a natural talent for rugby?
Just give them a ball.
Yeah, just give them a ball and go. If you find your child not wanting to participate in many other sports, if they like football but they don't really like it, if they play a little bit of basketball but they're not too great at it, they come try rugby, man. Like I said, there's no shaming. It's any size, any fitness level. You could just join and you'll find a spot on the team for you, no matter what.
So where would me and April
I was
fit?
going to ask, what are the names of some of the
spots?
So I'm kind of a big guy, so I play more of a forward or a prop. I believe, Kevin, you play center, right?
Yeah, I'd be center, switching over to scrum half or hooker.
And so, like, if you're a quick, speedy person, the wing is
winger.
outside best for you, like a flanker, somebody on the outside. They're really fast and quick. If someone who's more stout and like has the strength, who doesn't like long-term endurance, be more of a forward or a prop. If you're someone that likes to have a lot of brains and think and control people, you play the midfield.
All right, so I'll be in the middle.
So I'll not be playing rugby at all. And my final question to you guys, if somebody wants to form a rugby team, what do they need to do?
Absolutely. We contact me or one of our management team, like I said, at belizeRugby@gmail.com. All it really takes is we'll get you, it's all free training, so get your management team set up, pick your leaders or whatever, and just let us know who you want to be involved, and we'll get you all the right connections and links and get you guys trained up. It's all free, so it's great.
And I think what's interesting about the conversation and learning that you guys are actually representing opposing teams. Kevin, you're from Orange Walk, right? So your team is from Orange Walk as well. And you're from Cayo, and your team is also in Cayo. So is it fair to say that we have a team in almost all the districts?
Almost. We don't have Corozal, and we don't have Corozal, we don't have Toledo. So, come on.
Yeah, I mean, San Pedro's recently just started their team and they're recruiting. So shout out to Ashton Usher.
Spartans.
Spartans, San Pedro Spartans. Let's go. Come on, guys.
Yes. So if anyone is around certain areas and they're interested in joining a team, for instance, like Cayo or Orange Walk, they think they have what it takes to be a part of the team, can they reach out to you guys?
Yeah, they can.
Absolutely. Like I said, you reach out to us directly as a union. Each club has their own Facebook page. So,
Wonderful.
Orange Walk, Belize City, San Pedro, and Cayo, and we're also trying to get one in Belmopan, Stein Creek, and I'm hoping to get one out of Mongo Creek Independence. That's my next focus. I'm really trying to hit the village life next.
I think they would they seem really into their rural sports, like we were talking about cricket and football and so forth. So I think that it would spark well in these areas. So best of luck to you guys. So tomorrow you have the camp starting at the event at Mango Fest in Hopkins.
Beach rugby at Mango Fest in Hopkins Village.
Yes, that's actually going to be interesting to watch a rugby game at the Mango Fest.
You eat your mango, watch rugby.
Free entertainment. You
Free entertainment.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we're going to give you an opportunity to share your final words with our viewers as it relates to what you do and, of course, how people can get involved with you.
Right. So, like I said, I'm the secretary for the Orange Walk Lions. We have our Facebook page at the Orange Walk Lions so far. If any other questions or inquiries and trying to contact us, you can reach out to us at, like Levi said, Rugby Belize on Facebook, RFU_Belize on Instagram, and BelizeRugby@gmail.com.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Kyle Beeman, you're always welcome. 610-8847 is my number, so you can contact me if you want anything. BelizeRugby@gmail.com.
All right.
Looking forward to seeing the kids off the streets.
All right, thank you guys so much. I learned a lot this morning.
I did too.
About rugby. But we got to take the break, and when we come back, it is Small Business Fridays, and so we have Nikas CMOS next on our conversation. Don't go away.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Belize City, your high-octane, sharp-shooting, high-flying Belize City defenders are one win away from advancing to the BEBL Finals.
Defenders not frightened of nobody.
Coming off that hard-fought, grueling win against a team that is standing in their way. Them boys from San Pedro, the Tiger Sharks. So, if you miss that Game 1 battle, you can't afford to miss this Game 2 Best-of-3 Series war going down this Friday, June 7th. Inside the Belize Civic Center.
This team, they can't be this team. Defenders.
Come cheer on the defenders. It's Defenders versus the Tiger Sharks this Friday, June 7th. Fans, don't forget we have the big 1-2-3 halftime challenge for $4,000 in hard, cold cash, and not to mention resort stay and many more giveaways. Sponsored by
the Ministry of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, in partnership with the National Adaptation Plan Global Network Secretariat, will be hosting the second Blue Economy Climate Resilience Forum and Fair on June 6th and 7th. This year's theme is linking science and livelihoods towards climate resilience for the coastal zone and fisheries sector of Belize. Come and take part in presentations relating to climate change and national adaptation and mitigation initiatives, the use of scientific knowledge to enhance resilience, and how men and women in our community can positively impact our coastal zone and fisheries sector. On day 1, June 6th, the Blue Economy Forum will provide a platform for NGOs academia, and private citizens to present their plans, projects, and national initiatives at the Belize Biltmore Plaza from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. On day 2, June 7th, the Blue Economy Fair takes place at the Fisheries Compound on Princess Margaret Drive, where stakeholders such as NGOs, fisherfolk organizations, and MSMEs will showcase their booths. There will also be lots of raffle giveaways. Everyone is invited to the second Blue Economy Climate Resilience Forum and Fair on June 6th and 7th.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Fowers and I work at UMall. 100% I will recommend Belize Bank mobile banking to everyone because it saves time, money, and gas price because gas price is high right now. Belize Bank mobile banking just make life easier.
Isani Cayetano, Marion Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Isani Cayetano, Marion Ali, Paul Lopez, Brittany Gordon. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We're having our second conversation this morning, and as we mentioned, it's all about defending the city.
Defending the city?
Defending the city with the Belize City Defenders against the San Pedro Tiger Sharks, yes?
Yeah.
All right. I know we have all the excitement. We're really looking forward to this game tonight. Of course, we are joined by Ronaldo Malik, and he's the co-owner of the Belize City Defenders, and he's here to talk to us about what the experience and the journey has been like this season leading up to tonight's game. Good morning, Mr. Malik.
Good morning,
and
ladies.
welcome.
Thanks for having me. You know.
Now, let's before we even get into what tonight means for the Defenders, I believe this is probably one of the first times we've had you here on set with us this season, yes?
Yes, it has.
Let's talk about what this season has been like for you as an owner watching the entire thing play out.
Well, if I were to use a cliche, I mean, it has its peaks, it has its valleys, right? We started off the season undefeated and went that way for a while, and then when we hit the skids, we really hit the skids. I mean, we lost 3 games in the regular season, and 2 of them were by some significant blowouts.
Yeah.
And then the third game was a very competitive one down in Dangriga in overtime. We ended up pulling it back together, including a defeat in over the defending champions in the return matchup. And so we ended up with the same record. There were 3 teams locked in at the top with the same record. So seeding had to be decided by point difference, etc. So we ended up in the 3rd seed, and then by virtue of that 3rd seed, brings us to the semifinals where we are matched up against the San Pedro Tiger Sharks, who were ranked number 2.
Yeah.
So the first game played quite a few weeks back.
Yes.
And there's been some delays in between playing the return match. mostly because the city center where we play our home games out of has been unavailable for Friday
Graduation season.
So many things,
season.
AGM, all of that.
Yes.
AGM's Credit Union.
Yes.
I mean, everybody. I mean, it's the only large venue in the city with air conditioning and all the bathroom facilities, etc. So everybody uses that for their events these days.
Yeah.
And so that's something that we do have to discuss with Ministry of Infrastructure. I think they oversee the city center in terms of keeping it reserved on certain days for the sport for which the venue was actually built for, and then pushing the other events into the other days. But that's a different conversation.
Let's talk about the training that these guys have been enduring for the past few months. This BEBL season has kind of prolonged itself this year. So how have these guys been preparing for these games?
Well, one thing I can say about our team is that the players are very professional. And so we actually work out, majority of the team, those who don't have a full-time job, actually work out twice a day. So we would normally have shoot around or gym in the morning, and then we have our regular practice sessions in the evening.
Wow.
So like this week, again, there's been some hiccups with getting the venues. So if you're on social media, you'd have seen we were doing cardio workouts. We were out at Berger Field one night using that venue as our cardio location. So the players, I think particularly when you talk about Nigel, who has been here since the Defenders joined the BEBL, he knows that we are as close as we've ever been to winning a championship, and so he's locked in. And when we hit the skids earlier this season, there was a lot of talk, oh, these guys can't handle pressure, they folded, etc. And so they've taken that personally, I think, and it is shown in the games, particularly in the last one against San Pedro, where they battled through not too great of a first 4 quarters, but made it into the overtime, and then in overtime they showed what their true mettle was. So workout wise, we've not had as a manager, we've not had a problem keeping them focused. They stay locked in, and they do what they need to do to be prepared for tonight's game.
You know, I can't help but mention that the Defenders has consistently remained one of the favorites, one of the favorite teams, and it's not just because of their performance on the court, but I think it's because of what they represent as well, the values that they display, the way that they engage with young people. You guys frequent a lot of schools and meet with students. We even had a kid on set with us yesterday who's a part of the Amadea Sporting League, and he mentioned that his favorite player is Nigel from the Defenders. So we can see where this team has impacted a lot of young, aspiring athletes in Belize, and as well as us who don't even know how to play the sport.
No, they teach me a thing or two.
I wanted to ask you, Mr. Malik, about what goes into deciding who makes it on this team, because it's obviously more than just the skill of being a basketball player.
Well, first and foremost, the skills and the skill sets have to mesh together, right? We're not going to bring 10 people with the same skill set. So we have to have varying skill sets, and those all mesh together. But the character, and in terms of the personalities, we as ownership, we are a loose bunch in terms of we like to laugh, we like to joke. We also have some very strict values in terms of how we interact with the public, etc., and how we see the sport being a vehicle for human development in the country. So when you look at the people that are on our team, like your Nigel Jones, like your Devon Campbell, who run a camp in the evening for kids, the MVP training camp in the evenings, they give back, and that's not something that we're not, I wish we could say we were a part of that, but that's Nigel and Devon and a couple of other friends that are on their own out there doing that. So that speaks to their character that they have, but it's that kind of character and that kind of input and impact that we want to have on society in general that really drives us to choosing the people that we place on the team. And of course they have to get along, because it's already hard managing so many people with a high basketball skill set. You know, it's easy for egos to clash, and it does still happen. We did have to make some changes to the personnel on our team this year during the season, after we were able to replace. So there's a certain point in the season where they lock off the roster changes, and we made changes to our roster after that. So We weren't able to replace those players that we released, but we felt that it was imperative that we release particularly one of those players because of the fact that his character, his personality wasn't meshing with the rest of the team, and it was causing off-court problems. So, and it was a big deal because his contributions on the court, at the time when we released him, he was the second leading scorer for us, leading the league in assists, etc. So this wasn't somebody that played 2 minutes a game that we released. This was a significant part of our roster that we made a change. But again, to come back to your question, that is how we perceive our organization and how we want our organization to be perceived by the public, that we're willing to make those changes.
As a co-owner of one of the BEBL teams, how do you see or do you foresee the future of the BEBL? Where do you all want to take this particular sport?
Well, I think that we made some strides in the right direction this year. The more collaborative approach in terms of having a cooperative business model where there's revenue sharing. It's not every team for themselves this year.
Okay.
Obviously, that has been the model that the league has used since its inception and since we came in 2018. But we were losing teams, and we're losing teams for financial reasons.
Right. Yeah.
So we decided to give a shot at having more of a cooperative effort between the teams, so the teams in the big markets like ourselves, like the Hurricanes, would have a heavier financial burden that would help the small market teams to make it through the entire season. This year, unlike last year, we made it through the entire season. All the teams got to the finish line of the regular season. So we think that's a major accomplishment this year. And going forward next year, we would like to see replacements coming out of Punta Gorda. They had a franchise last year, didn't return this year. So we'd like to see that spot filled back again. We had some challenges between ourselves and the Orange Walk franchise that caused them to withdraw at first, come back in, and then eventually the league said, just go sit on the side for a minute.
Sit this one out.
Sit this one out. So we hope that we're going to be able to fix the issues there and get the Orange Walk franchise back in. And every year we've had interest from other areas like Benquevejo, Corozal, but both of those areas are challenged by the number one problem that all sports have, and that is venue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I believe that they can overcome the finance challenge, but the venue is the key thing, and it's what's stopping the competition right now in terms of being more competitive.
Because everything has to be in Belize City right now.
Pretty much, there are 3 courts in the country that are international standards: the City Center, Russell Chiste in Dangriga, and the Toledo, the PG Sporting Complex. When you are Cayo Western Ballers and you're having to play on a concrete court, it's going to affect your recruitment of a top caliber player. And so that in turn affects the competitiveness of the league. So, excuse me.
Never thought of that.
No, I realized that when I went to PG and I saw the sporting complex for the first time, and I said, but why aren't games being held here where it's big enough for everybody to come, it's big enough for fans to come, the teams to come, and but the problem also in PG is where you stay. And these types of different problems that you have.
They participated half of the 2020 season because of COVID. And then they were back in last year when we resumed.
Yeah.
And for us as defenders, when we went down there, we found there were places to stay. Although I would say I probably have an advantage over everybody else figuring out places to stay because of my involvement in tourism. So,
see, you don't count. Everybody else have to fend for themselves. But I hear you.
Is shareable.
Yes.
But we were able to, we stayed quite comfortably down there. And that's the thing about the league. It's not only designed to be an entertainment factor on the court. It's also designed to bring revenue to the places where we play. So when we travel to Dangriga, when we travel to Punta Gorda, when they were going up to Belmopan, going to Cayo, it's designed to bring their traveling fans. Teams have fans that go all over the country to support. And it's designed to bring additional revenue when we go down. It's hotels that we have to book for our team. It's food that we have 3 meals, sometimes 4 meals, sometimes that we have to book. So it is designed to uplift the revenue
in that community when any team travels to that.
Speaking on that note, I want to take the conversation really quickly to the support from the private sector when it comes to the BBL. Are we seeing an increase in these private companies or these businesses in supporting these teams, like the hotels or the resorts, and wanting to be a part of the brand of these teams and supporting these athletes financially?
Not necessarily. It seems like you make one step forward and you take two steps backward. And some of it has to do with donor fatigue, right? There are only X amount of corporations / companies in the country.
I saw a post about that yesterday where I believe it was an individual, Shane Williams, made a post saying that there's a set of businesses that all athletic organizations go to, and they're the ones that are always supporting, and it gets exhausting because they feel bad about asking them every single season, but there's no one else supporting.
Yeah, and the truth of the matter is there are other entities of a size in the country that could afford to accomplish their corporate responsibility to the communities. I'm not going to call any of them out, but there are other very large size businesses in the country. But I'll tell you two that aren't in right now, DJ and Smart.
Oh, interesting.
It could be that they're just taking a break because for a long time, they were the two in everything. Basketball, cycling, volleyball, football. I mean, they were in everything, right? So when you talk about donor fatigue, they may have both decided, you know what, we just want to take a little step back right now, recuperate and go forward again.
How do you feel about the new sports app from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Transport? How do you see that benefiting BBL?
I haven't gotten a chance to read the new draft yet. I was privy to reading what was recommended because it was actually, there were some recommendations that were made quite some years ago to by actually somebody that was my professor at University of West Indies. And let me say this, Belize is still the leading country. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody else has gotten around to doing it yet, but we were the first country to actually put a sports act into our laws of Belize. So we were the first. So other countries were trying to catch up to us. When I did my postgraduate in sports administration at UA, the first day the law professor walked in and goes, we have somebody from Belize and these guys have set the bar. Now, as with all things, things become outdated and they need to be caught up. I haven't gotten a chance to read what we're trying to do now, but we did have a good first step back then, so I would expect that we're going to make some great strides in updating it now.
Well, tell us about tonight's game. What can we look forward to? You're here to market. I know you could talk about sports all day, but you're here to market. Time, place, tickets, all that jazz.
Well, it's game 2 of the semifinals. It's a best of 3 series. We're up 1-0, so this is a closeout game for us.
So if you win this game,
we go forward to the finals against the Hurricanes, who have already qualified. They swept the Dangriga Dream Ballers a couple weeks ago, so they've been waiting for the winner of this series. But let them wait. We won't let them wait too long because we're prepared to close out our series tonight. We feel like if you look at our social media ad this week, we said we felt like we peaked. We felt like we took the losses when they should have come, and we rebounded off of those losses. And I think that as a team, I think that we're playing much better now. We had several injuries throughout the season that impacted our ability to field a healthy team, to field a complete team during the year. But we have all the healthy pieces in the back now, and it has shown that as we got back together on the team, we started to revert back to how we had started the season. So we're not necessarily going to blow out a good team, but we know that they know that we're going to be there in the fourth quarter, and if you don't put us out, we're going to out your lights for you. So
does it feel a little bit different from the managerial perspective, watching your athletes prepare for something that they're so close to achieving, which is winning this season?
You know, as an owner, we can be here forever, right? We can come next year with a different team and the year after that, but athletes have a definitive shelf life. And at a point in time, they run out of time to win. So I, for one, wanted more for them than I wanted for myself, because I can be back next year and I can be back the year after that. But these players have invested, they invest their times. The international players, for instance, are here in Belize trying to build a resume, trying to get larger contracts elsewhere. And so I want it for them. I want them to be able to put on their resume champions of the BEBL. So I look at the work that they put in, and what we try to do as owners is support them as much as possible to give them the ability to accomplish that dream.
Yes. Wow. So date, time, tickets.
So of course it's tonight. Tip-off is at 9 p.m. as usual. Tickets go on sale at 11 a.m. at the City Center's ticket booth this morning. Interestingly enough, the WhatsApp chat that the team has been very, very active this week in terms of people wanting to know what time can I come get tickets, etc. I haven't seen it a buzz like this in a while, probably since we played the Hurricanes, but this week it's been very lively.
Because we're so close.
Yes. We're so close, yes, we're so close. This is the second time we would be going to the finals. We did it in our very first year in 2018. 2019 was a bust. 2020 we never finished the season. Last year was a bust, but this year we really want to get not only there, that's not the accomplishment that we're looking for. We want to get there and win and claim our first BEBL championship.
And how much are the tickets?
We're back to our regular pricing. It's $40 for the court side, $30 I believe for the VIP, and then $10 for general admission and $5 for children under 5. Sorry, 12 and under are free. General admission is different, but we do have that one feature that we keep with the children free.
Wonderful.
Do you have any businesses or any people that you'd like to thank?
Your sponsors.
Your sponsors as we wrap up this segment.
Yes, of course. I can't not big up where I work. That's where I pay
Start
the
with
bills. Started Moyono Resorts. They have been supporting the team since we came into the league in 2018. Also, the Honorable Anthony Mahler, who since last year has seen it fit to help us out as well. He's big into sports. He's also at Port Loyola. I have to mention that as well. So talk about donor fatigue. He's starting to get to that limit there now as well. 123 Oil, the Leslies, who have been in sports for decades. Shout out to Dion Leslie and his dad. We also want to big up Innova Dental, Old River Bar and Grill, the Belize Tourism Board. Wow, there's a few Mars Rentals, of course, John Marsden, who is not here today. But those are our main sponsors.
And the 123 halftime challenge.
The 123 halftime challenge, which was actually won earlier this season.
Really?
Right? Somebody shot a half-court shot and took out the $3,000.
I mean, you do that, true. I mean, it was me. I mean, no,
I didn't get my share. We have a top. But we've actually raised the price from $3,000 now to $4,000.
Wow. Okay, so we have to do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to go clean it up again.
Just clean it up again. There you go. Father's Day coming up, so you know.
Well, this has been a wonderful conversation. We want to say, of course, thank you for always stopping by and sharing with us. Just see, that was me right there doing that. Just sharing with us all the things that's taking place over with the defenders. We wish you all the best. We may just be there in the crowd cheering them on. So we want to say thank you so much for stopping by.
Looking forward to seeing you ahead of our next home game when we're in the finals.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
That is the confidence if I don't see it.
Exactly. Speak it into existence.
Thank you so much.
But thank you so much, Mr. Malik, and all the best.
Ladies. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, it is Small Business Friday after all, and we have Nika right here in studio. Don't go away.
Office of the Prime Minister invites you to the National MSME Roadshow 2024. Join us for free workshops in marketing using AI, finance, business planning, and customer service. Connect with financial institutions for access to finance opportunities, meet with key government agencies, and showcase your business at the Roadshow Expo in an effort to get more locals to buy Belizean. We will be in Orange Walk Town, June 13th to the 15th, PG, June 27th to the 29th, Corozal, July 11th to the 13th, Benke, July 25th to the 27th, San Pedro, August 15th to the 17th, Keycocker, August 23rd to the 24th, Belmopan, August 29th to the 31st, Hopkins, September 13th to the 14th, San Ignacio, September 26th to the 28th, Tangriga, October 10th to the 12th, Placentia, October 18th to the 19th, and Belize City, October 24th to the 26th. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Beltrade or call us at 880-3737. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. Let's get your business on the road.
My name is Leomar Langsert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer, with these online that Belize Bank offered, is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Belize is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Belize near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie Power Tools, Char-Broil Barbecue Grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Belize.
Belize, Belize, oh, Belize, Belize. Belize, Belize.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected. Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers Bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Joining us for our Small Business Friday segment, we have no stranger to the show, Miss Shanika Garbutt, and of course, she is the owner of Nikas Sea Moss. Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you, guys.
So, Shanika, how you been? You were here about 2 years ago promoting your up-and-coming CMOS business. How has business been since you've been here 2 years ago?
Business been great. Business growing and glowing.
Growing and glowing.
I like that. Let's talk about Nikas CMOS to our first-time viewers. What is Nikas CMOS?
Nikas CMOS is known to us as seaweed.
Okay.
Right?
So CMOS and seaweed is the same?
It's the same, but the CMOS is more the scientific name for the seaweed.
Okay.
And you have two versions here, I noticed.
Yes, this is the Conscious Christmas, known as the boss of the seaweed.
What makes it the boss?
Because
this is very important.
You see, they have as different type of seaweed, not just this. Belize has 4 different type of seaweed, right?
Okay.
So you have to know which seaweed is for which product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started your business how long ago? 2 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Talk to us about what made you decide to get into the CMOS business in the first place.
What happened is I was sick, taking like 9 pills a day. I was sick with my stomach, hormones, and I was like somebody at the age of 32, not supposed to be taking 10 pills. So I went and I did my own research because the doctor was trying to put me on hormones. I was like, no. So I discovered Dr. Sebi, and then I discovered he was like, CMOS, CMOS. And I was like, what is CMOS? And then I continued, and then I realized it was
their health is
seaweed. Something that's grown in our backyard for how long? Many, many years.
Yes.
And I just started to take this product, work out, and by the time I realized I was not taking any more pills.
Any pills.
So how were you taking it before? What did you do to the CMOS when you started to take it for the first time?
It was just 2 tablespoons a day, and I just started with just pure CMOS, just natural.
Okay, how did, I'm not asking how you make it, right? But like, did you put it, like, did you boil it? Did you put it in a tea? How was it prepared at first?
I've been doing this research for a while, right? It's not, CMOS is something like close to my heart, very, very closely. Yes, it's a business, but I also take it as a health and promote the
wellness.
Health. Yes.
So what are the healing properties then of CMOS? Because as you mentioned, you discovered that there are many health benefits to this weed-like from a well-known doctor online. What were the healing properties that you discovered?
Well, I had stomach problem. The stomach problem was gone. It was so terrible, like I had to sleep sitting up. And the hormones, it was like I was having your menstrual, it feels like you're having your menstrual cramp whole month, and then when the menstrual comes, the pain is gone. And then after the menstrual, it starts like the cramp. You know what is it to just have cramps all day? And
So
no
this is
doctor could discover.
So this is something that you now promote for challenges that people would have like that, gut issues and hormonal issues.
So on your natural flavor CMOS here, I see here the benefits are supports a healthy immune system, like you said, supports a healthy heart, improves libido, improves metabolism, promotes good digestion, and helps maintain a healthy weight.
Yeah.
So you add this to things like smoothies, or you could have it just like that. How do you recommend you take it?
The natural, people usually add this natural to smoothie, because it has like some people say it has a fishy, because it's from the sea, so it has that. So what then I did, I went ahead and I infused them with natural, 100% natural fruits.
Okay. So that's why we have these flavors here.
Yeah,
now.
that's why we have these flavors.
So let's talk about some of the flavors then that we have on display.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to try. The first one we have here on display is apple cinnamon.
Yeah. So this one was because people suffer from diabetes.
Oh, okay.
So cinnamon helps with diabetes.
So I noticed here, the one right next to that is Sabrina's cup of tea, which is
natural flavor mango.
Mango. And beside that one, I really want to try the pomegranate.
Dragon fruit. It looks so well. This has sour sop flavor.
No, it's dragon fruit.
Okay, so dragon fruit. I love the color. It's so pretty as well.
Purple.
The reason it has the wrong label is because these are not flavors that often, you know, I make. Only when a season is in.
Okay, gotcha.
I think a lot of people will enjoy this flavor. This is strawberry banana.
Ooh, like a real fruit smoothie.
So, well, the strawberry banana is more for the kids.
Okay, that's
now
a good
this
idea.
one is worthy of you talking about. Let's talk about this one.
This one, so last week I was like, okay, I want to, you know, another small business to. So I was like researching and going on Facebook, and then I said, it was so, because I found Mechas.
Okay.
And I saw him had a cacao drink. Yes, so I was like, so I called him up and I was like, I need this cacao flavor sea moss. So yes, this is the cacao from
cacao sea moss.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's like a chocolate.
And this is something that you can eat just like that, or do you,
just
as
like
April
it.
said, do you have to put it in smoothie form?
I personally think I would enjoy the flavors just as is.
Okay. But I asked because the last time you were here with us, you only had the natural flavor, and you know, John took a spoonful, and it was.
Yes, because it happened.
It was. So it's great to see your growth with all of these different flavors.
Some people don't like the texture of the sea moss because it's a gel. So what I did, I have the capsule.
Oh. Wow, congratulations, that's great. Yes, so you get to take the capsule and you get all the benefits that were mentioned.
So
on
I don't
the
have to
label
take
here.
a spoonful of sea moss to make the medicine go down. I just take the medicine.
Because the sea moss has to be refrigerated.
Okay.
Now this, like somebody like you that always busy and hectic, this could just be in your purse and just pop your 2 capsules and.
So you take 2 capsules at any time in the morning? Okay.
And then, of course, you also have your sea moss soaps.
Yeah, that's the natural and turmeric.
Okay, wonderful. Nika, it's amazing to see your growth over the past few years, and I congratulate you to have all of this success. So right now, I think.
Wait, I want to ask about the oil. So this is scalp and hair oil?
Yes, this is infused with sea moss, with olive oil, avocado oil, aloe vera. Yeah.
It smells so good. It smells really good. I like it. And it has avocado oil, you said.
This
Wonderful.
is fantastic. So this promotes hair growth. What does it do?
Yeah. Yes, it grows the hair. People suffering from split ends, hair loss, damage, dandruff.
Okay.
Beautiful. So I think, Sabrina, you ready for try your...
Of course I'm ready. I'm ready to try them all. All right.
Okay, so what do you want to start with?
Let's start with a mango.
Of course.
I went over here and I'm like, mango. All right. So we're going to open it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know what it looks like?
It smells really good.
Yeah? It smells like mango.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Tastes like mango.
Yeah, it does.
And the texture, look at the texture.
I was
very
going to
thick.
say Gerber.
It does remind me of that indeed.
And no fishy taste.
And no fishy taste, indeed.
None whatsoever.
So I could actually handle...
Compared to what you're smelling,
Yes,
right?
yes. I could actually handle a spoonful of that. And a spoonful a day. Two spoonfuls a day. I
So
could
you're supposed to get two spoonsful, okay, a day.
Okay.
Do you eat it with a meal or just at any point throughout the day?
Would you just eat that just as is, right?
I could.
That's a snack. That's a snack.
I could. So do you want to try the dragon fruit?
I do want to try the dragon fruit.
Okay. So let's go with a different spoon.
Alrighty. Ooh, and it has the little seeds
Remember,
inside.
these are 100% natural. Sorry, I made from real fruits.
Okay. Alrighty.
It looks really yummy.
Cheers. Okay. It doesn't taste like dragon fruit, but it has a flavor.
So dragon fruit doesn't really have like a strong taste either. So to me, this just tastes a little bit more on the refreshing side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, it's good. It's really good. I could have those too, and I would be really, really happy.
Yes.
I really want to try this cacao one though.
Same.
I really want to try this cacao one. So this is cacao sea moss by Nikas Sea Moss, right? Okay.
All right.
Okay, our producer says she's hoping it tastes like Hershey's. Let's see.
I got the cacao in that.
It tastes like chocolate.
I got that one
It
there.
tastes like dark chocolate. Oh, that's delicious.
That's good.
Okay, you know what? I'm sold. How much for one?
$30 for a bottle of sea moss.
Yes. All right. And of course, it comes with all of these wonderful health benefits. You say that you have to keep it refrigerated.
Yeah.
So how long would it last if I keep it refrigerated?
A sea moss should last you 2 weeks.
Okay. So you do have to finish this jar.
Yeah, you do have to finish this jar. Remember, these are natural fruit, 100% natural, no preservative, no honey, no sugar.
Yes.
Yeah, so these are natural. So this, remember, fruit spoil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in a tropical climate.
So in this case, if you feel like you might waste the actual jars, go to the capsules instead. Those would last longer.
But you could also freeze it.
Oh, you can freeze it?
Oh, you can.
Yeah, you could freeze it and it will last 6 months.
Oh, okay, great. And the soap. The soap, let's talk a bit about the benefits of the soap, because we've seen a lot of people come up with small businesses advertising more natural soaps. What's the ingredients inside this?
Sea moss. Sea
That's
moss
it?
is the main ingredient.
And with this one here, which is turmeric,
turmeric.
what is this good for?
Well, you know, turmeric have its own benefits, plus sea moss, that's a hit.
Yeah. Wow.
And these sell like I know these been working great because these sell like hot Johnny cake. I cannot keep these in stock.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. So how can people purchase these items from you?
Okay, you could either WhatsApp 6522863 or go to Instagram page or a Facebook page at Nikas Sea Moss.
Wow, wonderful. And of course, these jars are for $30 Belize each, and they would last about 2 weeks in your refrigerator.
But you can also
But
freeze
you could
them.
also freeze them.
And they last
And
6
they last
months.
longer.
And the capsule lasts forever.
Do you have anything else you're working on and hoping to launch very soon?
Well, I'm trying to work on a body wash.
Okay.
Yes. Because sea moss, remember, is also for the skin.
Wonderful.
You seem to have really found innovative ways to use sea moss or seaweed. Obviously, after discovering the health benefits of this weed, what do you hope for your business to become in the future?
Well, the seaweed industry is a $1 billion industry. So my intentions is to start to export.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be huge if you can find a way to make sure that they stay preserved and to be able to freeze them in and
Because this is it's a very popular product. It sells in the US. Like these are $60 US for a sea moss gel in there.
Wow. So it means you to sell it on the cheap side?
Yes, and then what I also do is every week have a little promotion, you understand? Things is hard. I always tell people, invest in your health.
Yes.
You understand me?
That's true.
I agree.
There are like people like, you be at work, everybody's sick, and that one person taking sea moss, but how you're not sick?
Because you didn't take
my
sea
sea
moss.
moss. You know, nobody have $10,000, $20,000 for medical care.
And that's a conversation, and I'm glad that you brought that up, that I think we should be having more, because when we think of health and taking care of our bodies, it's usually around that time when you're trying to reverse something.
Yeah.
And that usually costs a lot more than making these small steps that are a lot cheaper. They still cost, but they're a lot cheaper than trying to find thousands of dollars for medical reasons, trying to fundraise when you could have simply been proactive.
Prevention is better than the cure.
Yes,
indeed.
yes.
I always tell people, invest in your health. I always have a promotion every month, $20. Invest in your health.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And this is a one-woman business.
Yes.
You are the only person behind this doing all of these stuff. When it comes to the sea moss gel or the sea moss in the jar, do you have to order ahead of time, or do you have anything in stock available already?
What I do is I take orders up until Wednesday because I deliver on Friday.
Okay.
But you could, but then that's when the promotion, because I usually have a promotion every Friday. But you could order Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you won't get the promotion price. Because remember, I have to go put on my machine, clean sea moss. Because I don't have sea moss in stock. Because when you get your sea moss, I want you to get it fresh. So you have, that longer shelf life.
Do you sell just the seaweed like this?
No, I don't.
Yes. And do you ship countrywide?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right.
Beautiful.
Well, remind us again of how we can find you online, and if anyone is interested in ordering anything, do they have a number that they can reach out to you by?
Okay, you can WhatsApp me on 652-2863 or contact me on Facebook or Instagram at Nikas Sea Moss.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much,
Invest in your health, guys.
that is your slogan. Invest in your health. Prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely.
All the time. Thank you so much, Shanika.
Okay.
And honestly, congratulations on the growth of your business.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, we're going to take our final break, but before we go, we want to take you a bit down memory lane to Chaw Creek, where we visited their butterfly farm. Check this out. Butterfly Farm at Chaw Creek in the Cayo District. Join us as we uncover the secrets to this dazzling but delicate sanctuary where butterflies reign supreme. So what made you guys decide to have a butterfly farm?
So it all started up with a gentleman by the name of Mr. Charles Wright, who was a soil specialist in Belize. And he actually brought some blue morpho chrysalises from Toledo and brought them over to Chaw Creek. As any naturalist, he was intrigued by the life cycle and wanted to learn more about the flora and fauna around him. And he eventually started up a little nursery program with the Granadillo and also the chrysalises that he brought. Now the Granadillo is actually the host plant for the blue morpho. So Mr. Charles wanted to find out what was the life cycle of the blue morpho butterfly. And in doing so, he brought along with him, as I mentioned before, the ant plant or Granadillo, which is the host plant. So we feed these to our blue morpho caterpillars. The plant itself contains cyanide in there, which protects the caterpillars from any predators, being birds, geckos, scorpions, stuff like that, right? So the first couple of weeks, the first 2 weeks, we will generally harvest very young leaves so that the caterpillars are able to chew it properly. Exactly, yes.
Like baby eating soft food.
That's right, that's right.
All right, got you.
So as they molt and get a bit older, we then look for leaves that are not very hard, but not as soft as this, right? A bit more mature leaves. In the later stages, so anywhere from about 6 to 10 weeks, we can harvest leaves that are a bit harder in texture. And the caterpillars are also a lot more hungry. So that song, the hungry, hungry caterpillar, that's true.
I'm here thinking, so this is the food for the blue morpho. So are we saying that there are specific host plants for specific caterpillars or butterflies?
That's right, that's right. So for example, we have 3 different species of butterflies that we rear at our butterfly exhibit. The blue morpho being the main showcase. But we also have the owl and malachite butterflies. The owl butterfly will, or the owl caterpillar, sorry, will feed mainly on plants in the Musaceae family. So banana leaves, plantain leaves, heliconias, these are the leaves we want to collect for the owl caterpillars. So you have to know exactly what plant the specific caterpillar will eat.
Yeah.
Otherwise we lose them.
Oh wow.
It's quite important to us. Even the harvesting of the leaf plays a part in our sustainability. We will usually prune or cut the plant in areas where it has joints so new shoots can start growing.
Got you.
the plant itself, the granadillo, as it matures, lumber. So at our woodwork shop, no?
How many blue morpho caterpillars are you guys currently feeding?
Whew, a lot. But we can take a closer look. So if you'd like to join me, I'll show you a few.
Okay. And then I maybe could feed them myself.
Yes, definitely.
So, where are we?
So Sabrina, here we are at our little caterpillar nursery. We already harvested a couple of leaves to feed our blue morpho caterpillars. So I'd like to show you how healthy these little guys are.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, there is a lot. So these little ones right here are at the very early stage. They're just a couple of days old.
Yes.
So one...
You even have some on the bottles.
On the bottles itself. So you can notice we put a little bit of water in there to keep the leaves nice and moist.
Yes, yes.
So that they're able to feed off these leaves as best as they can. Little tiny ones like these.
They're so tiny.
Yeah. Have just hatched out of their eggs.
Oh, wow.
Guess how much eggs one butterfly can lay? Take a wild guess.
100.
Wow, you're good. That's a good guess.
It's good? Yeah?
You get about 150 eggs.
Oh, okay. That was a wild guess, by the way. That was like...
Yeah, so you have the leaves for the very small caterpillars, as I mentioned. The softer the texture is, it's easier for the very baby caterpillars to eat them, no? So I showed you the very tiny caterpillars. Now here, they're already getting a bit more mature. If you notice, the leaves are a bit larger. We don't touch the caterpillars. You got to be very careful not to touch them.
Okay, what would happen if you touched them?
Remember earlier at the Granadillo farm, I mentioned that this leaf contains a poison. That poison is called cyanide. So these little guys have nettles or little hairs on them that if it gets on your skin, it can cause itching and irritation.
Okay.
So they have a very, very good protection from
What
predators.
are these little black spots on the leaf?
So that's caterpillar dung.
Oh!
Every day, hence the reason why we have two ladies that do a great job in here in caring for these caterpillars. Every day these leaves are cleaned.
Okay.
And new leaves are placed in there
That's so
to make
funny.
sure you have fresh leaves for these caterpillars. The different caterpillars come in different sizes also, right? So I'll show you some of the stage just before we take them out of the boxes. This is the stage here.
Oh, yes. These are the
And
class
place them-
project ones.
That's
that
right.
We, oh, you said those.
Don't careful. These are the ones that will be taken out of the boxes and placed into more of a natural environment so that they could live out the rest there.
How old would you say the caterpillar is at this stage?
At this stage, they're approximately 4 to 6 weeks old here.
Okay.
The egg stage will live for about 10 days. In the larval stage, about 10 weeks. And 2 weeks in the chrysalis stage. As they emerge from the chrysalis, the adult butterfly can live for about 3 weeks.
Only 3 weeks.
Don't be sad. They party hard for those 3 weeks, believe
Okay,
me.
got it. All right. They made it worth it.
That's right. They do their best. So, as I mentioned, different species of caterpillars, or different species of butterflies, sorry, the caterpillar size will vary. So this guy right here is a caterpillar for an owl butterfly.
Okay.
Right, so this,
Big already.
That's right. This one now, unlike the blue morpho, relies mostly on camouflage. Right, so
I could see that.
as the leaves of the heliconia or plantain leaves starts to dry, they become brown, just like this caterpillar. So they'll hide inside those brown leaves for the day, and at night they come and feed off the fresh green leaves of the plant. Right? In this case, they don't have to worry. These guys are in a controlled environment, so they eat all day long. Yeah. So the malachites feed off a Ruellia species called the shrimp plant. You're able to take a look at that right there. So we harvest these leaves every day.
Whoa!
You know, everybody has that friend who plays tough and cries for the sad movies.
Yeah.
This is that guy.
That looks scary. It looks like a centipede.
It looks scary, but they're not. So they develop these bright colors to protect themselves from predators also. But they're not poisonous. Come on, go for it.
No.
So these little ones are very vigorous eaters. I think of the 3 different caterpillars, these are the this is the species that wins.
Oh no, Vianney.
That's good luck.
Oh, you see, Bobby had 5 minutes, and she he got some boop.
Vianney's the lucky one. Since the blue morpho is the first species that we actually introduce in our exhibit, it's the one that we focus mainly on. So this shows the entire life cycle of the blue morpho. At the end of the 5th instar, or 10 weeks, they start changing from this yellowish red color to a green caterpillar, which we commonly call our pre-pupa or our greenie. At this point, they will actually start hanging off a silk that they will spin, and they'll hang out there for about 4 days. Now, what occurs here is quite amazing. These little guys literally digest themselves from the inside out. So with that being said, if I were to open this chrysalis, what do you think is in there?
The caterpillar.
You think so?
And goo and...
There you go, goo.
Ugh.
There is nothing that actually resembles a caterpillar or a butterfly as yet. It's all just goo. And just within 2 weeks, they will reform into a beautiful blue morpho butterfly.
Wow.
As they emerge, the wings are about the size of a nickel or a 10 cents Belize, right? It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for them to fully stretch their wings out and another 2 to 3 hours to dry off. So at this point, these little insects are quite vulnerable. They hang out there until the wings are dried. Once the wings are dried, as I promised you, they party very hard. So they party hard for about 3 weeks, right? They feed off fruit juices, preferably fermenting fruit juices.
They find a partner?
That's right, they find a partner, they copulate for several hours, and then eventually the females then seek out the host plant and will lay close to about 150 eggs.
Wow.
Yeah.
A fulfilled life.
A fulfilled life, there you go. So this is our little enclosure right here. It's a great place for our guests to visit. As they're staying with us, they can come and entertain themselves with butterflies. But we're also open to people who want to visit from outside. We host school groups here. The kids really love it. Their faces light up as they come into this enclosure, man. It's just...
Oh, wow.
We've called it the party dome because of that.
All right, well, let's get into the party ourselves.
Go right ahead.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the Butterfly Party Dome.
It's magical in here.
And this is where all the magic happens, right in here. We have the blue morpho right here. You may be wondering, but that doesn't look blue, right?
Yeah, it's when they open.
When they open up, you can see that
thought.
blue. So here's the question. Are they really blue?
Is it an illusion?
There we go. It's sort of like an optical illusion. They're iridescent. They have microscopic scales.
Oh wow, some parts of it look purple just
It does, right? The way the light hits it. Right? So it's very difficult to find any animals that have a true blue pigment. Ever got a butterfly kiss?
Oh my god, that's so funny! That is so cute!
Check that out.
Wow.
So as you turn them to a profile, they'll also have...
That looked like a snake.
It does, right?
Yes.
There you go. There
Look at this. Look at this. It literally looks like an owl.
Nature is amazing, right?
Amazing. The illusion.
Even such a fragile insect like this develops ways of protecting itself.
Yes.
This species of the blue morpho, as I mentioned, will only live for about 3 weeks. So they feed off these fruit juices. Once they've gotten their fill, they then start finding a partner. They eventually copulate for about 6 to 7 hours. And then the female seeks out their host plant. So she just finished laying that egg. Right,
those are those little...
Those tiny little droplets, or they look like droplets of water. Those are actually blue morpho eggs right there. So within about 7 to 10 days, you're gonna have a caterpillar hatching from that egg. And in the next 10 weeks, you're gonna have chrysalises. And 2 weeks later, the beautiful blue morpho. So as a gesture of our appreciation, thank you very much, Sabrina, for being with us today. We'd like to give you a couple blue morphos to release. Okay. So this is a part of our Wish Upon a Wing program. Here you go. Go ahead. Okay. Right. And we'll do it next to our photo mural here, where many of our guests...
We have one last one in
One
here.
last one here. Make that wish, Sabrina. Come on. Oh, it doesn't doesn't want to leave you.
This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan.
13,835,700 eggs are eaten by tourists each year, fueling our thriving economy. Tourism means business.
Global rise in temperatures due to climate change increase the severity of dry weather conditions experienced in Belize. Forest fires, dust buildup, and contamination of our power lines can result in power interruptions. At BEL, we continue to do our part to minimize the impacts of challenging weather conditions and improve the reliability of our power line system. You can help. Report forest fires or damaged power line structures using our BEL 24/7 app or call us at 0800 BEL Care. That is 0800 235 2273. We continue to serve you.
Hi, my name is Leah Mangar, and I am currently the Administrative Assistant at Yasche Conservation Trust here in beautiful Punta Gorda. I received the Social Security Board Scholarship in the year of 2021. After I was told that I was a successful recipient of this scholarship, I was very grateful. This scholarship has assisted me in various ways. Firstly, it relieved me of financial constraints. So that was the main obstacle that was keeping me back. But receiving this scholarship allowed me to gain the skills and the knowledge that I needed to attain the job that I currently have. I would just encourage you all to apply to the scholarship. And the process is very, very easy. You will find a link and it will direct you to everything that you need in order to submit your application. And once you submit it, pray and just hope for the best, because you just will never know if you can get it.
Are back, wrapping up our Friday morning show here on Open Your Eyes. Sabrina, it's been a whirlwind. Yeah. We start with a lovely tour.
I know, a lot of fun stuff took place today. I'm really, really happy. And I want to say, of course, thank you to all of our guests who stopped by, and of course, even the folks from the old Belize who gave us a little bit of a tour.
Yes, and of course, thank you to our viewers, because without you, this show would not be possible at all. Absolutely. It is Friday and it is June 7th. Sabrina, if you have a birthday shout out?
I don't have a birthday shout out, but I want to say happy birthday to anyone celebrating a birthday today.
Happy birthday to you from us here on Open Your Eyes and Channel 5. And if you have a birthday shout out or just a question or a comment, you can drop us a line right here at oie@channel5belize.com.
You can also catch us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ.
And check out our highlights on Instagram at OYE Belize. And of course, do us a favor and join us again on Monday when you open your eyes
to start your morning right.
Be sure to keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
We'll see you soon, Belize. It's going to be another hot day today. Stay safe, stay hydrated. We'll see you real soon. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by
Smart, bringing people together, and
the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.